Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cashway. This is Chef Randall. My name is Mike. And, the episodes previously have included some fun things that you can do at home, maybe with your family as a group. This is another one of them. And we're going to be making Neapolitan-style pizza.
So why is it Neapolitan? Because of the style of the dough that we're making. Okay. This dough in particular is what we consider slack, S-L-A-C-K. Meaning it's kind of wet. It's very, it has been fermented. So I made the dough. I had, so kind of like sourdough, when you add a little bit of dough to some other dough, that's what I did. So I had a pre-ferment that I added to the dough. It sat out overnight, and then I shaped it, and then I could go another day or two. The longer that you let the dough go, the more pronounced flavor that it will have. Oh. Okay? But the dough is relatively slack, so you can go. So you're going to be using the old left up high dough board, which I think is just a great thing for people who are, not probably the best at hand stretching. And I'm going to do a little bit more of a hand stretch. So what I do is I kind of go on the outside of the dough, and I kind of, stretch it with my thumbs around the edge, and then I kind of hold it up a little bit. My goal is that I want to try to get as even of a thickness as I possibly can, but also provide a little bit of an edge on the dough itself.
Full disclosure, we did one of these as a practice.
Yes, and it's in the oven now.
And it's in the oven right now to give me an idea of what I was tackling here.
Right.
Okay, so I think I'm just about there.
So the recipe makes about a 30 ounce amount of 30 ounces of total dough. Okay, and what we're going to do is now you're ready to move over to your peel. Okay, we want to put an ample amount of cornmeal on there. That's going to help us get it off the peel before we go in the oven. Okay, all right, you can shape there. And you can go ahead and sauce. And our sauce is, it's a very simple sauce. It's just whole tomatoes that have been kind of broken down and strained, and that's what you get.
And I was told during the practice round is to get to the edges.
Yes.
But don't go over. So kind of like doing a coloring book. Don't go outside the lines. And the reason being is that if you do, then your crust will stick to the...
So you're going to go on a peel and you're going to go onto a stone that's in the oven now. I'm going to go onto a rack. So you can also, if you don't have a stone, you can buy something like this. Now this is the overkill. I mean, this is certainly bigger than what I need for the pizza, but it's the only size I have here in the test kitchen. But there's also ones that have holes on them, and those are really nice too. But what's really nice about a screen is that you get that air from the bottom so that you get a nice brown on the crust. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this, and I'm going to transfer mine to the screen so that we can go into the oven at the same time.
Okay, so I think I've got sauce on there. Is that enough, Chef?
Oh, well, that's up to you.
Okay.
Now I kind of tell people, look, sometimes overloading your pizza isn't always the best thing to do. Okay. All right. So
I'm going to
go ahead.
Put some cheese on it.
Yep.
Okay. And according to earlier, about a cup of it.
Yep. So that's brought to us from our friends at Grande.
Okay.
Grande cheese. So we're using a whole milk shredded mozzarella. Grande is a beautiful cheese. This is the Lamborghini of cheeses.
Really?
It's the #1 selling cheese on the East Coast, and it's for a very good reason. That's what we're using. Now, one thing I did want to talk about real quick was the flour that we're using, and that is a 00. It's a very, very fine ground flour that allows for a very nice texture and good gluten development, but also very tender as well. So when we're going to get our pizzas made here.
And I'm putting sausage on mine.
Okay. And then we're going to come back. We're going to put them in the oven. And we're going to come back, we're going to dress them up a little bit even more.
Okay.
How's that sound?
And just to let you know, I'm going to put the sausage on, and then I'm going to put a little bit more cheese on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
So that's
Actually, I think you could go a little bit more on your sides.
on
there.
the sides.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do.
Awesome.
All right, we're going to take a break. Lots to cover when we come back, so don't go away.